Hello, and welcome to my channel. Hey everyone, welcome back to Andrew's Wizardly Reads, and today I have got my June TBR for you. But before we get into that, make sure you are liking and subscribing and hitting that bell notification so you get regular updates for when I put out new content. I post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And occasionally I'll sprinkle in the occasional video if I've just got extra content to put out. Now, that said guys, also in the month of June, I am going to be participating in the Shelf Space Discord Olympics Readathon. And that comes with a variety of prompts. Now, I've got this nice little graphic that I'm going to place right there. This was made by my good friend John Walker from Walker Writes 7. Always make sure to check him out, give him a subscribe, and like all of his videos because he is an amazing friend and a great content creator. So thank you, John. I absolutely love this graphic. Now, I chose to fulfill 9 of the prompts because I'm going to be reading 9 books in June. So that said, guys, let's get right on into the books. You can see them all kind of right here, and let's just jump right on in and kind of just give you the overall breakdown, as it were. So starting off, we've got Ares. The Ares prompt is read a military-centered fantasy or sci-fi book. For this one, I am going to be doing A Time of Courage by Mr. John Gwynne, who, if you've watched my channel, you know is one of my favorite authors. I am convinced that the man cannot write a bad book. I just finished A Time of Blood, and while it wasn't my favorite John Gwynne book that I've read so far, it's still top-tier fantasy for me. It's just a little bit of a formatting issue. I wish A Time of Dread and A Time of Blood were one book, so that Of Blood and Bone was a duology, but that's really my only complaint there. If that's my only complaint, I'm doing just fine. John Gwynne is chef's kiss, amazing. Our next prompt is going to be Hephaestus, one of my favorites actually. He doesn't get enough love. So read a book with fire on the cover or in the title. For this one, I chose Brian Lee Durfee's The Forgetting Moon, book 1 in the 5 Warrior Angels. I was supposed to read this book back in November of 2020 as a channel read-along on Alex Nieves' channel, and I just couldn't quite fit it in there. And then it just kept getting pushed and pushed and pushed until it completely fell off my TBR. And now I am just forcing it in there. I'm going to read it. Now is the time. I am going to be doing it this month, June 2021. I'm finally getting to it, and I am so excited because I've heard such great things. Our next one is going to be Artemis. And that is going to be... read a book with moon or night in the title or the cover. And again, I've got another huge thank you to Leslie from the Nerdy Narrative. She turned me on to Daniel Barnett's Nightmare Land novella series. And this is just basically, it's kind of like light horror novellas. I'm still reading the first one at the time of filming. I should be done tomorrow though. It's only I think I'm filming this the 20th of May. So I've got plenty of time to finish that. It's like a 2 to 3 hour read, according to my Kindle. So far, I'm about 20% in and absolutely loving the first book. I believe it's called Nightfall. Definitely check it out. Leslie's got tons of videos on it. I'll go ahead and link that up in the cards. They're not huge investments, but check those out. All right, we've done Artemis. Now we've got Hestia. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right because that's not a god I'm super familiar with. But it's read a book with the found family trope. And for this one, it's going to be Dragons of Autumn Twilight, the first book in the Dragonlance Chronicles. This month, in the month of June, I am reading this with a bunch of amazing content creators who we've kind of turned into a little bit of a found family. We chat back and forth, and it's just kind of awesome. They're all great. I love talking to them all on a regular basis. And arguably, this book, which I have read probably 4 or 5 times already, has one of the best found families in fantasy. Other than Lord of the Rings and maybe like Faithful and the Fallen. Yeah, no, Wheel of Time doesn't come close to Dragonlance Chronicles Found Family. I just absolutely love this. It's top tier Found Family, which is also one of my favorite tropes. All right, moving right along, we've got Hades, which is Sin Eater by Mr. Mike Shell. This is book 2 in the Iconoclasts. I read book 1, which is Aching God, back in May, and I absolutely fell in love with this book. It was one of the finalists for, I always get this acronym wrong, SPFBO, which is, I think it's the Mark Lawrence self-pub fantasy contest that he does. And it was a finalist, I believe, back in 2018. I just happened to stumble upon it on my Kindle. It's an absolutely amazing book. Definitely check out Aching God. But for this one, I'm going to be doing Sin Eater because, frankly, the Hades prompt says, read a book with the undead or ghost theme, and it is full of just dark fantasy and tons of undead and Aching God. So I'm imagining I'm getting more of that here in Sin Eater. All right, coming right along, we've got Dionysus. Dionysius. Let's go with that one. For this one, it is read a book with white or a red or white cover. And I've got both here. I have got the Barnes & Noble edition, Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton. And I'm actually reading this one for my Wizardly Duo Discord's June channel read-along. So if you want to, go ahead and grab it. It's not a long book. Jump into the Discord and read along with us. We are going to have a ton of fun. All right, we've only got 3 left, and so that's going to be Eos. Eos is read a book that is the first in a series or a duology. For this one, again, another channel read-along because I am addicted to buddy reads and channel read-alongs. The more, the better. Just keep them coming. I'm going to keep signing up for them. Even if I can't fit them in, I'm going to keep doing it and doing it and doing it because I love them. And that's going to be Blackwing by Mr. Ed McDonald. This is a channel read-along over at Megan's Reading Revelations. She is a fantastic friend and an awesome content creator. Initially, I thought this was going to be a buddy read, and then there was enough interest that she elevated this to the channel read-along. So I'm super excited to get into this. I already have one friend who has started, who I think by now he should have finished it. But when I talked to him a couple weeks ago, you know, he's a fairly slow reader. But he told me, he's like, hey, I think you'll like this. It's not super dense. Should be a quick read. Go ahead and go for it. So I'm doing it. I'm doing it, man. All right, down to our final 2. We've got Athena. And Athena is read a book with political intrigue. Now, this is a book, much to my shame, that I was supposed to read in May. It was the channel read-along for the Library of Allenxandria, book number 4 in Red Rising, Iron Gold. I just wasn't able to fit it in. But lucky for me, if anybody who has read Red Rising, it is full of political intrigue. And so I'm hoping that this continues and I can slap that right in there. Just fits right in. And use that for that prompt. And we've got our final one, which is Apollo. Apollo, and this is one I'm super excited for. The Apollo one is read a book in a non-traditional format, i.e. verse, mixed media, graphic novel, or novella. Now, me and another booktuber, which is Noah, over on Those Who Read Must Converse. I believe I've gotten this correct. Fantastic channel, fantastic gentleman. I love talking to Noah. I was watching a live stream where he was interviewing the author, Philip Friedenberg, I believe is the author's name. And he said, hey, I've got 2 copies, and first 2 people or content creators to reach out to me, I'll go ahead and send you a copy for review. And so I shot him an email, and he's like, hey, yeah, you were one of the first 2. He's like, by the way, do you want to buddy read this? And I'm like, buddy read a book with you, Noah? Hell yes! Absolutely! Let's do it. So me and him, once our books arrive, we are going to be buddy reading America, The Cult of the Cactus Boots. And it's just this weird, it's a book that's hard to explain. It's got a little bit of mixed media in there. It's got some illustrations. It's a little bit zany. This is well out of my comfort zone, but I'm still super excited to read this book because I think it's going to be like introspective, really funny, but at the same time kind of like mind-bending. So I really can't wait to get into this. So that said, guys, that is going to be my June TBR and hopefully fulfilling all the prompts that I can get to in the Olympics Readathon. So whatever team I'm assigned to, because that hasn't been decided yet, I hope to bring my A game. And really just kind of have a really, really great month of reading. So, if you're participating, let me know in the comments down below. If you've read any of these books, let me know in the comments down below. If you love or hate these books, let me know in the comments down below. Or, if you just want to talk books and have a good time, check the description for the link to the Wizardly Duo Discord. We would love to have you. We would love to talk to you. The Discord is constantly growing. We've got tons of new members, and there's just a lot of engaging and interesting conversation going on in there. I have made a lot of really good friends and met a lot of great content creators or just general great people in that Discord. So, check the link, click it, hop on in, we'll say hi, and from then on, off to the races. We're going to be fast friends. So, till next time, guys, stay magical. Peace out. Bye.